Got a message for you today. I'm going to talk about it's your time and to use your time wisely. It's your time and to use your time wisely. I have a quote that I want to speak from that it triggered some thinking and it kept me up for quite a while. And if you're one of those individuals who believe in synchronicity, that there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And one of the exciting things about what I do now, you learn, you earn, you pass it on, that I'm training other speakers. I've been speaking for a very long time, 52 years. And I love it. I still do. I love motivating people. I love encouraging people. I love making people laugh. I really do. I remember when I think I was in the 5th grade, and I was performing for the kids in the class that I was in, and the teacher said, you know, one day you could be a comedian. She came in, she didn't even punish me because she was outside the hall cracking up herself and got other teachers to come and watch me. I had a little routine. But laughter is important because the life things are tracking us. They're things that are stalking us. They're things that's trying to rob us of our happiness. And we're in a good place right now. Just think about this. The air, it breathes better. I mean, there's no drama. I'm not waking up in the morning and saying, did anything happen today? Listen, and we want to maximize this moment. It's your time. Maximize this moment. Take advantage of it. We just got through some stuff and we're still here. And you want to take advantage of it. See, here's the thing. We're here to take advantage of the time that we have been given. Herein, my Father, glorify that ye bear much fruit. This is a time that we want to be very productive and very fruitful, because this is a different landscape. This is a different environment. It's your time. This is my time. Let me include me in that as well. Yes, and so now nobody's going to bring anything to you, just put it in your lap and say, do something with this. No, commit thy work. See, you got to work for it. See, if you're not willing to work, nothing works. You could be given the best opportunity in the world and just have it laid out before you. And if you're not willing to work, nothing works. I remember I went to see a friend of mine, and he was living on Miami Beach. His brother picked me up for me to go see this brand new home that he had bought on Miami Beach. Now we're coming over from Liberty City. And so and both are like 4 or 5 years older than I was at the time. But I remember this ride across the Venetian Causeway. He had this big, beautiful home. And as he took us around this big, beautiful home that was just completed, his brother asked him, said, man, because they never spent much time with each other, he said, how did you get something like this? And the older brother said, by a lot of hard work. And the younger brother looked around and said, I'm not willing to do that. Did you hear that? I'm not willing to do that. And then we had lunch and we drove back across the Venetian Causeway, going back to the life that we were living, which was not a good life. We were surviving. And I just kept reverberating in my head what he said. I'm not willing to do that. See, when you look at people, for the most part, wherever you find yourself, that's where you made a decision to be. Because based upon how much work are you willing to put in to change your situation. And when I look at myself, people always ask me like there's some magical response. How did you go from just coming from Liberty City and over town here in Miami and selected to be the Golden Gavel Award from Toastmasters or the CPAE Award, the highest award from the National Speakers Association, or selected one of the top 5 speakers in the world? I was willing to work. Most people aren't willing to do that. They have people all over the world that have to select who that person will be that will be in that elite group of the top 5 in the world. General Norman Schwarzkopf, Lee Iacocca, Robert Schuller. He had a television program, all right? And myself and Paul Harvey. He had a nationally syndicated radio show. I didn't have any of that, but I was working. Those people who had to cast a vote, they saw me at some time because I was moving. I want you to write this down. Keep it moving. I learned that from my mother. It was not unusual when you came home to Mamie Brown's house and we had a little small house. It was not unusual that the furniture would be reconfigured. And I wondered, how did Mama do that with such limited space? How was one thing, but why? She was always changing things up. You see, one of the things that you don't want to do is become comfortable with where you are when you know in your heart of hearts you can have more and you can do more, and there's a life for you beyond survival. See, what it takes to survive, what it takes to live are 2 different things. And I just felt, I don't know where that came from, that I can do more. Here's what I did know, that where I was, that didn't work for me. That did not work for me. And I'm astonished when I go back to Miami and I see some of the same people in the same place. I'm astonished. Yes. So you got to keep it moving. Mamie Brown was always keeping it moving. I got to tell you this. I was traveling and I was doing a tour for Sprint, I think it was. I came home and I came in the door, and to my right, there was a window. Did you hear me? There was a window. There was some demolition of some houses in that area, and my mother got somebody to go drag a window that had been taken out of a house and put it in our living room. So I asked, I said, Mama, what is it, Leslie? Why is this big window? Why is this window here? You say you're gonna buy me a home, right? Yes, ma'am. Well, I didn't know if you're gonna build it or just buy it while it's already been built. In case you decide to build it, you don't have to buy all windows for it. I got one window here. There's another house that's been demolished down the street, and I'm gonna send Mr. Shorty down there to get that. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. That put a fire under me. I got that house quick, fast, in a hurry, immediately, if not sooner, yesterday. When it got a window, and every time I passed that window, it jarred me. She said, don't you touch it. Yes, ma'am, Mama. Mamie Brown said, don't touch it. Don't touch it, all right? And so keep it moving. We're here to work. Commit thy works, plural. Keep it moving. And if you're going in the wrong direction, you discover. But keep it moving. This is no place to stand still. This is an incredible opening here. And all good times have an expiration date, just like the bad times. but keep it moving. And then when you are going through some stuff during the challenging times in your life, if you keep it moving, you'll get out faster. I'm telling you, if you keep it moving, you'll get blessings out of nowhere. Listen to me, out of nowhere. Activity, working, doing the best you can. It activates your angels to give you blessings that you did not even know. I got a phone call the other day, and it was a jaw dropper. I said, "Count me in," and it just came out of nowhere. But it was because of the work that I've been doing. This man said, I've been listening to you for a long time. I've been going through some stuff for years, and I heard you and you brought me out, and I want to do something special for you. I want to bless you. I'm saying to you, you have the opportunity to be a blessing to somebody. I'm thinking about the fact that each day that we wake up, as Orrin Hudson would say, it's the best day of your life. You get up with that kind of mindset. I'm encouraging you to do that. Today, if somebody asks you, "Hey, child, how you doing?" It's the best day of my life. Is that right? What, you caught the lottery? No, it's the best day of my life. I'm telling you. Yes, it is. What makes it the best day of your life? The fact that I'm here. You don't believe it's the best day? Try missing one. Yes, see, you want to focus, have your mindset on your goal. I had my mindset, I was going to buy my mother a home. I had my mindset, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I had my mindset looking for a way to generate the money to get to that next level, to get beyond where we were in Liberty City. And had a lot of struggles and stuff happening. And stuff happens to everybody. Everybody. Don't ask, why does it have to happen to me? Why not you? You want to give us some names or some emails? And don't go around telling everybody. 80% don't care, and 20% glad it's you and not them. Yes. Oh, yes. Listen, you are God's favorite child. If not, you'll be taking a dirt nap. We are chosen to be here at this point in time. And this is our time. We just survived some incredible drama, and we're still standing. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. So what does it take? What does that armor look like? Write this down. Initiative. Take the initiative to create something different for yourself and for your family and for your future and for your legacy. Take the initiative to create something that you don't have right now. Yeah, initiative. See, most people not talking about initiative. Here's something else that part of that armor is. Ambition. That just the unwillingness to settle. There was Bill Withers. He had a song years ago. Use me, baby. Use me up. You want life to use you up. Most people, they take their talents, their abilities, their art, and all of their stuff to the grave with them. You don't know what's stalking you. You don't know what life is going to throw at you. Some of that stuff is going to land. It's a part of the process. Life is difficult. I wish I could tell you that it's if you just tithe and go to church or the synagogue or wherever you go for your spiritual fulfillment, that nothing's going to happen to you. Well, stuff's going to happen. But I can say this to you, if you're anchored properly, it will not prosper against you, all right? You will be able to brush it out of the way and keep moving. So taking the initiative to create something else, using your mind, being actively engaged in life. Here's something else. As you look at yourself, look at your goals. Keep moving and keep learning. Keep moving and keep learning. This is a brand new place. This is a brand new landscape. It's a brand new world. And in a brand new world, you need some brand new tools to navigate it. The tools that we use in the 2020 era, that won't cut it. The tools that we used before the coronavirus, that won't cut it. And now they got a mutation that says it spreads easier and is more lethal. Wait a minute. Now we got to be mindful. Not frightened, but mindful. And say, how is it I need to conduct myself so that I don't make some irresponsible decisions that can take me out? I got to be mindful of the air that I breathe. And so you say, oh, that's just too bothersome. Oh, okay, good. Can I get some life insurance on you? Let me tell you, you got to deal with what is. I'm tired of this corona thing. Did you hear me? I'm tired. I'm sick. No. I'm not going to say I'm sick and tired. I'm tired of it. It's gotten on my last nerve. All right? But I can deal with it. I'm not willing to be so tired and irritated that I won't wear a mask. Oh, 2 masks. He's saying it's better to wear 2 masks now? No, I'm not doing that. No. Oh, is that right? Well, can I just please, when you go, you don't want everybody to be crying. Make my day. Can I get a policy on you? Just sign right here. Because I'm going to do it. I got my little Mickey Mouse mask. And I got another one with Minnie Mouse. Tyrone! If they say you need to wear 12 masks, so that you don't end up on a ventilator in a hospital. You got to wear 12 masks. So as we are trying to decide who's going to get medical care, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No. Homie ain't doing that. No. I'm wearing, they said 2 masks. I'm wearing 3, and I got a shield. I woke up. I want one. But if Corona knocks on my back door and I open the door and I got on 3 masks and a face shield, he say, oh, there he goes. There he goes. Always overdoing it. We can't get to him. Let's go someplace else. That's what I'm talking about. I want to live because I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time, and I don't want to be no ventilator. I don't want to be closed up anywhere. No. And all I can see are their eyes, and no, that does not sound like a good time for me. No. So this is why I enjoy making money from home. The people are sleeping on this. Don't sleep this. When you can make money from home, people say, how can you laugh so much? I wish you could see my phone. When you can make money from home, virtually speak, and don't have to get on a plane and looking at the person next to you. And when lunchtime comes, they got to take their mask off to eat. And you looking at them and turn your head the other way. Don't look this way as you are chewing. Somebody say, what is he talking about? Yes. So you want to take the initiative to create something different for yourself. You want to practice social distancing from people and the refrigerator. You want to go all out to take the steps that you need to take to keep you here longer, to add life to your years as well as years to your life. Does that make sense? Here's something else. Create special moments. When I come to speak to you at this time, it's special to me. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. Been taking lessons, I'm coming for you. Oh, behave. What a voice. He sounds so much like that King Cole. Whoa, that's another ticket. You can't handle that. Oh, look here. I'm going to tell you something. You can't make this stuff up. I'm going to tell you something. I don't do this often. When Gladys Knight and I were married, I decided that I wanted to sing. So she took me to a friend of hers that I would take some singing lessons for her. And she was taking me through some, I guess, vocal exercises. A husband came in the back door and he spoke to us, was polite, and went in the kitchen. And he's very quiet in there. And all of a sudden we heard something, boom, boom. And we ran in the kitchen, he had hit the floor. And he had been drinking while I was in there practicing, trying to learn how to speak. Now Gladys will tell you that if you ask her, she'll tell you, how to sing. She'll tell you. And he said, you can't sing, give him his money back. I got drunk listening to you. That was horrible. Oh my God, that was horrible. He kept laughing. He said, man, you sound like you goggling razor blades. Some people are cruel. That was not nice. I didn't sing for a long time. One time I tried to sing to her, and she said, will you go to hell to sleep? I thought she would say, well, there's a voice in there somewhere. No, she wouldn't lie. You can see I'm fired up today. Listen, you have something special. You have greatness in you. This is your time. Use this time to learn a new way of earning money. The major corporations are doing it. They have their people working from home, the majority working from home. So you want to jump on the bandwagon. People say, opportunity knocks on every door. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You have something special. You're God's miracle child. Some great stuff's going to happen to you today. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you. You are a masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. Be with that, meditate on that, and keep your eye focused on your dream. You were born to live your dreams, not your fears. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Y'all miss my flat top, don't you? My kid didn't play flat top. I'm gonna grow it again because I can. Here's something I wanna just comment on. There's so much going on. So much. The media is saturated with all type of political statements and upheaval and divisiveness and Biden should step aside, all kind of stuff. And churches are engaged in all type of scandals from one end to the other. Just so much stuff going on. And here's what I know. The majority of stuff going on that's on television and on the internet, we can't do anything about that. We should go out and vote without any question and get other people to do that. But a lot of stuff is just not worth watching over and over and over again. It's so seductive. I was talking to a guy the other day who said that he wanted to speak, and he had a great voice and just a nice guy. And so I asked him, I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 59. And he said, you know, I'm going to go to a community gathering and do some networking. And he said, I'd like to talk with you in 2 weeks. I said, no. I said, I don't want to talk to you, sir. He said, why not? I said, you think I'll be waiting to get a phone call from you in 2 weeks about something you say that's important to you? I'm 79. Aurelia said in a part, perhaps you didn't read the memo, stop living like you have 1,000 years to live. Do you think, I don't even know you, that I would be sitting around waiting in 2 weeks for you to call me and say whether or not you're going to act on your dream? Let me share something with you. If there's something, ladies and gentlemen, you want to do it. Life has no duplicates. Do it, and do it now. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And a lot of people are living like that. A lot of people are so caught up in other people's stuff, their children, their family members, and friends. And they neglect themselves in the process. I was reading something today that Warren Buffett said that one of the most important single abilities that he attributed to his success, that a lot of people have difficulty with, he said when someone asks him to do something, he says no quickly and says yes very slowly after he's thought about it and if it's worth his time. Because when you say yes to somebody else's agenda, you're saying no to your stuff. And that's important. And let me share something with you. When you think about it, life is for living. It's for living, for loving and laughing and creating special moments. And when you look at all of the new kinds of crazies that we see now, where we are on constant alert and people are fighting over parking spots or road rage, or you go to a gathering and you don't know whether or not somebody might snap, then triggered and pull out a gun. It's a different space. And so in the midst of this, this is a message I want to share with you. Prioritize you. Take care of you. Focus on you. This stage of my life, at 79, God got a program for me. I'm not going to be a burden to my children. I'm going to take care of me so that I can take care of myself. And I remember the time that I thought people in their 40s were old. Now that I'm 79, come on, somebody, who does this? Oh my goodness. And what I realized is I've been focusing on peace, on harmony, on joy and love. It allows you to be able to continue to serve. It allows you to be able to live a life of contribution. It allows you to be able to maximize the impact that you were chosen out of 400 million sperm to come here to do. Most people die lives that don't even matter. After 2 weeks, the conversations about them have just ended because they did not have a life of impact, a life that made a difference. And I'm encouraging you, find that which you want to do, something that's in your heart, and focus on that. It does something to you. A lot of people in my age category, they're sitting around waiting to die. People with goals and dreams and living a life of consequence, they live longer. They have their cognitive abilities. They are able to think and be engaged and have positive relationships in projects that they're working on. This is a time that when you look at all the stuff that's going on, you have to ask yourself the question, What do I want to do with the time that I have left? A friend of mine called me and said, a friend of hers, her best friend, died at 32. Whoa. When I was young, we used to go to the funerals of old people. Now we're going to funerals of young people. Something's happened, things have changed. Artificial intelligence is creating a special disruption, but all disruptions are pregnant with new possibilities. This is a time to work on your mind, work on your health. A person with their health, they have 1,000 dreams. A person without their health, they have only one dream. One, to get well. I read something about John Rockefeller. He said, when he looked at and reflected on his life, something changed for him. All of his hair fell out of his head and his eyebrows and everything. And they asked him what happened. He said, I was stressed out. And he said, I realized something, that when I had a sore throat, all the millions of dollars that I have, all the property that I have, all the power and influence that I had didn't mean anything. All I was concerned about was that sore throat. And that changed me. And he said, focus on you. Take care of your health so that you can still function, so that you can be involved in life. And here's something else. Spend less time with toxic, negative, energy draining people. There's some people, if you never saw them again, it'll be too soon. There's certain calls I don't even take anymore. No, I don't take them because it's not going anywhere. Those are want to calls. And I'm talking about, so I know I should say this, but listen, there's some family members that you should never talk to again. You know why? Because family does not just mean blood connection. Family is someone that got your back. They care about you, you care about them. You can create special experiences together. And I have some friends who in my small circle who call me more than my children do. I was telling, I'm not going to tell you her name is Madeline Haddock, but I have a friend that said, Madeline, I said, you know, I talk to you more than any of my children. You always call and check on me. She's a true friend for years. And so those are relationships you want to nurture. You can tell who will be there for you when you are doing good and when you're doing badly. It's interesting. It's interesting, this thing called life, because life be lifing, and you have to have a what if strategy. What are you talking about, Les? What are you talking about? What if? What if you got sick? How long will it be before it affects the quality of your life? What if you got sick and you needed some help and assistance? Who will be there for you? And let me share this with you. Live your life in such a way that you don't need to call anybody. Why? Because ain't nobody coming. I'm telling you, people have their own stuff. Life be lifing. And so I've been unleveling and letting things go and relationships go, because you have to ask yourself, what value does this bring to my life? Who should I count on? And who should I count out? And there's some people that they're always there when they need you, but when you need them, they can't be found. Or I would if I could. If I had it, I would help you out. No. Let me tell you something. I celebrate when I wake up in the morning. I got a chance and a choice. I'm cancer-free, I'm debt-free, and I'm drama-free. Oh, behave. And I'm saying to you, you have greatness in you. I'm saying to you, you have the power in you regardless of what's going on. You have the power within you to overcome it. And part of the process is retrain your thinking.
discipline and can take control of your mind. Don't focus on what you're going through or what has happened. Focus on where are you going. I'll give thee perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. Where are you going? I'll give you all your eyes can see. Focus on the solution. Don't spend time talking to people about what happened to you. 80% don't care. 20% glad it's you and not them. And know what I'm talking about. I've been on the planet for 79 years. I've seen a thing or two. Oh boy. And the reason you're listening to me is because you know in your heart of hearts, I'm right. You know it. You know it. I'm not talking about believing what I'm saying. Believing is in the mind. We've been conditioned to be practical and logical and realistic. Make your life, as Helen Keller would say, a daring adventure. Find something outside of your comfort zone that you're going to go for, that you're going to focus on, that you're going to concentrate on. Why, Les? Because when you go outside of your comfort zone, you're going to discover things about yourself that you would never discover in your comfort zone. When you go outside of your comfort zone and you take on learning something that you don't know right now, I have a discipline. Every day, I make a point to learn something today that I did not know yesterday. When you go outside of your comfort zone, when you begin to bet on you, focus on you, you'll discover parts of yourself that you don't know right now. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. Regardless of where you are, you have a power and a presence in you to come back. You got comeback power. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. I was at Cancer Centers of America. They call it City of Hope. How is it that you've been able to kick cancer's butt for 39 years? 39 years, fourth stage cancer. I said, because I've been focusing on my mind and eating like a silly wabbit. And I let go toxic, negative energy, draining relationships. I read a book called Who's the Matter with Me? There's a term in psychiatry called relational illness. I know what I'm talking about. There's some people that can make you sick. There's some people, when you distance yourself from them, it will improve your health and your peace of mind, and it will lower your stress level and anxiety. I'm telling you what I know. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Keep in mind that you were chosen. God had a lot of choices. You were chosen out of 400 million sperm. Bring something to the planet that was not here before. Your life is God's gift to you. And how you live your life is your gift to God. I hope you got some value of what I've just shared with you. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You got to become a risk taker. Write that down. Viscott said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? You know what? I saw Dr. Norman Vincent Peale 23 years ago. But for 13 years, I wouldn't take the chance. For 13 years, I was living in my comfort zone. For 13 years, I kept saying, LesBrown, you can't do that. LesBrown, you can't have that kind of audience. LesBrown, you don't have the oratorical skills. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the money. I kept saying, I can't do that. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Bishop talks about the enemy in me. If there's no enemy within, How many of you know that you've been your own worst enemy? Raise your hands. So you've got to be willing to get outside your comfort zone. No one could have told me that the willingness to get outside of my comfort zone, the willingness to fail, the willingness to try, to experiment, the willingness to take some chances, the willingness to do something I'd never done, that in the last 12 years, for 13 years, I didn't do it. I convinced myself I couldn't do it. Then the last 12 years, I've earned in excess of $14 million. Let me tell you something, $14 million, a good garden and a healthy hog, and you can make it through the winter in Birmingham, Alabama. Do you hear me? No one could have told me I have 2 books, Live Your Dreams, and it's not over until you win. No one could have told me, born in an abandoned building on the floor, labeled educable, mentally retarded, no college training. No one could have told me I would have produced 5 specials for public television. That I'd had 3 years ago the highest rated, fastest canceled talk show in the history of television. Because I wouldn't do those conflict and controversy shows. No one could have told me. I had no idea that I could do what I'm doing right now. Let me tell you what I know about you, and I don't know you. You got greatness within you. One of Dr. King's mentors, Dr. Howard Thurman, said something one night. I was reading and I couldn't sleep. He said the ideal situation for a man or woman to die is to have family members standing around their bed, praying with them as they cross over. He said, but imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around you are the ideas, the dreams that have been given to you by life, the talents, the gifts that you've never nurtured, that you never developed, the skills that you never did anything with, standing around your bed looking at you with large, angry eyes, saying, we came to you. Only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever. And the question is, if you died now, what dreams, what ideas, what talents, what abilities, what skills, what books, what sermons, what seminars, what businesses will die with you? Miles Monroe said the wealthiest place on the planet is not in the Far East, where they have oil in the ground. It's not in South Africa, where they have diamond mines. He said the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery, because there you find dreams not pursued, books never written, songs never sung, sermons never delivered, businesses never erected, talents never nurtured, skills never developed. You survived 1 out of 40 million sperms. You were born to win. God wants you to be rich and wealthy and successful and to live the abundant life. You must affirm that for yourself every day. So as you look at yourself and you look at your life and you look at your circumstances, as you work on your goals and your dreams, here's some things I want to give you. Write this down. Hold yourself to high standards. See, what if Bishop T.D. Jakes had decided, when he first received the idea of the Manpower Conference, that it could not be? What if it allowed that idea to die? We would not be here. See, many of you here, you are pregnant with some ideas. I'm telling you what I know. I will leave here this afternoon, tonight, in 1 hour, doing what I'm doing now. In 1 hour, I'll earn in excess of $150,000. I had no idea that I had the capacity to do what I'm doing right now. You've got genius in you. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You've got greatness in you. You have some special stuff in you. You showed up with it. So as you look at your life and you decide to become a risk taker, make it okay to fail, to experiment, trial and error. Repeat after me, please. No test, no testimony. Yeah, you're going to face some hard times. When you decide that you're going to commit your life to Christ, you're going to, at that time, go through unadulterated hell. What's the first thing they say when you get on an airplane before they take off? Fasten your seatbelt. Why? Because you will experience some turbulence before you reach a comfortable altitude. Life was testing me when the man looked at me and said, "You have prostate cancer. Your tumor is too large to have the surgery. We're going to give you radiation seed implants." The most anybody's ever gotten was 90. They gave me 238. I went back 3 weeks ago. They checked my PSA level, which indicates the presence of cancer in your prostate area. 1 to 4 is normal. Beyond that is that you have cancer and it's spreading. When I first went a year ago, it was 6.1. When I went 3 weeks ago at Howard University Hospital, they gave me an MRI, it was 10.5. The guy said, "I'm sorry to tell you this." I said, "What do you mean?" "You're in the same situation that you were in when you came here." Here's something I heard. At Christ Universal Temple Church, at a restaurant, Bishop T.D. Jakes was praying for a lady in a wheelchair. And it's odd how things come to you. When he finished praying for the lady, I'm sure there were some questions were asked that weren't verbal, that if the prayer worked, why didn't she get up and walk? And what he said as he was walking away, healing takes place first. He said healing takes place first in the spirit. It didn't matter about his numbers. It didn't matter about their diagnosis. Judge not according to appearances. You must have the faith to call forth those things that be not as though they were. Now, do you really believe? See, it's one thing to believe when you got money in your pocket. It's one thing to believe when your marriage is working out and you got your health and your children acting like they got good sense. Oh, it's good to say, "Oh, the Lord is blessing me." It's easy to believe then. Oh, but when you get that diagnosis, say, "You ain't gonna be here long." When you lose your job, when someone you thought you'd be with for the rest of your life say, "No, we can't do this no more," that's when you have to stand. That's when you have to begin to live this faith. And that's not on you. That's when you got to call on something higher than you. Let that mind be in you. You got to be out of your mind to believe in spite of these numbers you can still make it. In spite of the pain you're feeling, you can still come back again. You got to be out of your mind. That's right. I'm in that Christ mind. I believe it. And not when things are just favorable, not fair weather faith. And you've got to believe that. When you're going out here with your ideas, with your products, with your services. And part of being successful is you got to hold yourself to high standards. I use Bishop Jakes as a model. His people take care of you. He's thorough. Hold yourself to high standards, whatever you do. There's no saying, do not go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail. Treat people with respect. Treat them the way that you want to be treated. Tony, who's with me, who's been assigned to me, courteous, respectful, called several times. Is there anything I can do for you? Can I help you out? That's first-class service. If you decide to provide first-class service, John H. Johnson, a book called Making Against the Odds, he said, there's no defense against an excellence that meets a pressing public need. When I decided to become involved in the motivational industry, I didn't have the money of a Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, of Zig Ziglar, of Tony Robbins, and all the other giants out there. I had the gift of gab. So what I did was I trained myself, I disciplined myself to read 3 to 4 books a week. First I started out a month. Now I've increased it with a reading system that I have. Mr. Washington said, Mr. Brown, yes, sir. Do you want to make it? Yes, sir. First, you've got to develop your mind, young man, because you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Next, you've got to develop your communication skills. Once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. They said about Jesus, who obviously was an effective communicator, never spec a man. The reason that you're here is because no one can milk scripture and deliver a sermon that can transform your life and have you jumping up and down like you crazy, like T.D. Jakes. I'm home one day looking at this video my daughter gave me called He Called Me Son. Let me tell you something. By the end of that video, and I've never seen my father, when that video got to the end, I was going to the television and said, Daddy! Daddy, come back, Daddy! I pushed reverse and backed it up and said, Daddy! Let me tell you something. He just broke me down in my bedroom. All by myself. I'm looking around to see if anybody see me. That man crafted that message, you hear me? I'm crying like I'm at a funeral. I want my daddy. See, that's a gift. You hear me? That's a gift. People use his word anointed. This is the only place I've ever seen it applicable is in his case. That's the only thing. I mean to tell you, I think I'm a good speaker, but this is a bad boy we got up in here. Words cannot encompass the symbolism of what we have the chance to see up in here. And yet, he's down to earth. I mean down to earth, wear all these little funny outfits he has. I mean, it knocks me out. And let me tell you what my daughter said to me. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is on his advanced team. She said, you know what? I was listening to Dion last night, and I think I'm going to call Bishop Jake's daddy too. I said, I wish you would. I mean, I will throw you out here right now and break his leg till I call him daddy.